this particular case, he was convicted in 2014, and the order was only made in 2021, and the trial still had not happened. We had extensive investigations. We were looking for assets, trying to trace the funds that we were able to identify that came to this young man, and eventually filed our papers. His constitutional rights had to be protected, so the court was giving him time to properly instruct his counsel and to mount his defense, just so that it wouldn't be an issue on appeal if we ever got through that trial. Now, this matter, we eventually decided to settle this matter, because having looked through all the evidence, certainly he didn't or wasn't able to mount as a reasonable defense. His claim was he doesn't have the money. He was only collecting it for somebody, and he gave it to that person. But the point of this is, whether you are the major player or you are just the person who allowed somebody to use your bank account to funnel these funds, we are coming for you. The issue is, it has come to your account, it is yours, and you will be the one required to pay back. Now,
in other words, you have benefited from the proceeds of crime.
You have benefited. What the law says, once it is transferred to you, once you hold it, once you own it, within a specific period of you committing the offense, it is your benefit from crime. This is not a straightforward process. It's not a simple process. Your life will be disrupted. You will lose your job. You will lose your house. You will lose your car. And as this young man will have to work for the next 10 years legitimately and honestly to pay back the proceeds, or at least some of the proceeds of his involvement in crime.
What if he doesn't pay?
If he doesn't pay, it's a criminal offense for which he can be arrested and charged and convicted and sent to prison. And once he goes to prison, the debt will still be there when he gets out waiting for him. Our Section 5 application, which we call it, is actually a part of his sentencing. And we understand and appreciate that there are several goals that can be achieved by sentencing. There's retribution, where people will say, look, we must get the pound of flesh from him and don't get any blood, just cut it all out of him and get back the full 11.4 million plus interest. But there are other goals like incapacitation, deterrence, rehabilitation. So this is on a case-by-case basis. We take a scientific approach to determining the minimum amount that we can accept from the defendant as an acceptable PPO, and looking also, this is a young man who is going to be paying this money every month for the next 10 years. If he keeps up a legitimate job to pay this from legitimate sources of income, it is highly unlikely that he is going to revert to a life of scamming again. So rehabilitation, deterrence, other members of the community will see that his hard-earned legitimate money is now going to the government. So he's an example for the society. He's an example now for even his children, whoever will see and know that crime does not pay.